You guys, happy Wednesday. I already forget the day. I think it's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are having an amazing week. If you guys are watching the replay on Facebook, let me know in the comments with hashtag replay. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, don't forget to click subscribe right here at this button and give me a thumbs up if you guys find any sort of value in this video. Now, today I want to teach you guys probably one of the most asked questions that I get when people come inside my top rated social media marketing Facebook group. I ask them, what are you struggling with when it comes to social media? And a lot of the times I get that you guys are struggling with how to find your ideal clients online. How can I work with the people that I want to work with, where it's a synchronicity? I don't even know how to say that word. There's like that sync where it's like, I vibe with them, they vibe with me, there's no friction, we get along amazing, like they pay me on time. You guys get my drift. So today I'm gonna teach you guys how you can find your ideal client on Instagram. This can also be tied to Facebook and LinkedIn if you guys were curious about that as well. So let's get to it. This is gonna be a short and sweet live stream because the steps are actually fairly simple and a lot of it has to do with you working in order for them to find you. Because remember, we don't find our ideal clients, they actually find us, okay? Whenever you think like, oh my God, today I need to go out there and cold DM like 50 people and let's see who's gonna respond to me, that's when you know you're making social media way too hard for your personal brand and your online business. Because if you're tying the 4 types of content, which I go over here in this YouTube video, I highly, highly recommend that you watch that video. When you tie the 4 types of content in with your social media marketing strategy, you're going to see that ideal clients start coming to you because they find you through the search, which is what I'm going to get to in a few seconds. So if you guys have, Todd said synchronization or I can't even say that word. That's so embarrassing. Synchronicity. Okay. I'm just going to stop before I embarrass myself even more. So anyways, if you guys have any questions about what I'm saying, let me know in the comments and I will be happy to answer your question, whether you're watching now, replay, or on YouTube. So how do we find our ideal client? Now, the first step, this is the most important because if you don't know this, you're never going to find your ideal client. Who is your ideal client? Okay. You can't find someone when you don't know what you're looking for. Okay. Drop a, oh my God, that's like a lightning bolt moment, okay? Because a lot of people have that problem. We have this product, we created this amazing website, this amazing logo, this amazing product or service, and we are here to everybody on the internet and no one bites on it. Like we don't get any sales, it's crickets, and people are kind of like, why isn't anyone buying what I have to offer? It's so amazing. I spent so much time on it. You guys get my drift, and it's because you created what you like, okay? You didn't create what they want, okay? I'm gonna say that again. You created what you liked. You didn't create what they want. So who's they? They is your ideal client. So before you go, let's just say you're a newbie entrepreneur and you want to get started in creating digital courses, or maybe you want to create a group program. It's it's so important that you take the time to figure out who your ideal client is. Now, I know, and I'm going to go over this in a brief second, the I help statement. I've gone over this a bit on my live streams, but I'm going to go over it again in this one, is that a lot of people want to help everybody, because when we first start out in our online business or our personal brand, maybe 6 months, a year in, we want to help everyone, because in our minds, we're like, okay, if we help everybody, that means more money. And if we niche down, we're not going to make as much money, because we think less people in our minds, so less money, when that is not true. Because in 2020 and beyond, people are searching specifically for the solution to their problem. So what that means is this, is that I am searching for my problem with who I am, my heritage, my body type, whatever I'm searching for on the internet, and it has to do with the problem I need solved, okay? So make sure that when you're defining your niche, that you're super specific to who you're speaking to. So let me give you an example. So people is not a niche. Women is not a niche. kids are not a niche. So I'm going to break it down a little bit for you. Women in business, let's make it even more specific, moms who have kids that are leaving their corporate America job for their own entrepreneurial business is probably a better niche, or it is a better niche than just saying women, okay? So the more specific you are with who you're speaking to online, the better results you're gonna get, because that's what people are searching for online. And just think of it in your own best case scenario. It's like when you go online and you have some sort of issue on your body, you don't type into Google, my body hurts, unless the whole body hurts, right? You're usually like, my wrist hurts. I threw it after, or I threw it out of sync after throwing a baseball. Like, what can I do physical therapy wise in order to make myself or my wrist feel better, right? Do you guys understand how hyper specific that is compared to a part of my body hurts? What do I do? People search specifically for the solution to their problem. So you have to make sure you know who you are speaking to. And this goes hand in hand with Instagram, because you need to know where your ideal clients linger in the hashtags, and you're only going to know that if you know who your ideal client is. So the first step to finding your ideal client on Instagram is that you need to know who you're speaking to. Is it women in business? Is it people that work from home? Is it, teenage entrepreneurs? Is it CrossFit athletes? You can pick whoever you want to work with. This is your business, okay? Don't go to where someone said the money is, or don't go wherever you want to work with people. You have the experience, you're solving your problem, that's your ideal client, okay? So scrap the whole, we need to serve everyone, that's where more money is mindset, because that's not true, okay? You need to be hyper specific with who you're working with, and you can clearly do that with an I help statement. Now you're gonna want to write this down, because this is gonna tie into step 4 with how to find your ideal client on Instagram. And the I help statement is this: I help blank do, be, become blank, okay? So let me give you an example. I help female entrepreneurs scale their business from 7 to 8 figures using social media marketing strategy, or advanced social media marketing strategy. I'm thinking of this off the top of my head. So what that details is who you help and how you help them. So when someone comes to your profile and they see that as the first line in your About Me section on Instagram, in your Instagram bio, they're gonna know that you can help them. Because a lot of people that use Instagram do it for the vanity metrics. They do it for the Paris Hilton selfies. They do it for their Pulitzer Prize winning novel where they talk about how their dog ate an ice cream cone today. And while that type of content is important, and I linked that earlier in the 4 types of content video that I already posted on YouTube, is that type of content is important because it's relatable content, but that's not the only type of content that you need to have on Instagram, okay? You need to bring value and show that you can help them online. And before they even tap on your content, they're going to look at your profile picture and your Instagram bio. So this is why it's so super important to tell people your profile needs to be about them. Social media profiles are about our ideal clients. They're not about ourselves. Yes, we are in the pictures because we are the catalyst that helps support them to the success on their journey, but it's not about us. It's about how we can help them, okay? So this is why you need to have this I help statement as one of the first, it's the first line in my Instagram profile. You guys can go look at my Instagram profile, instagram.com/Kylie_Francis. And my I help statement is I help entrepreneurs, corporations, and CEOs use social media to showcase and scale their business online, because that's exactly what I do. So if somebody, let's just say it was my grandma just started on Instagram and she logged on and she looked at my profile, and let's just hypothetically speaking, she was looking for some sort of social media help, she would see that I am not her ideal client. Even though she needs social media help, she's not my ideal client, okay? So it's okay to not be for everybody, because remember, we get to choose who we want to work with, okay? So a lot of you guys that are watching right now, I know you're flustered or nervous, or not nervous, but like you're flustered because you have all of these people coming that need your help, but none of them feel right for you. And it's because you haven't set up the boundary yet for who you specifically want to help online. So I help blank, do be become blank, or I teach blank, to be become blank. Okay, that's your I help statement. It should be the first line in your Instagram bio, because when your ideal clients come to your profile, they're going to see how you can help them. Okay, so now since that was like step one. Okay, who is it? Who am I helping, right? Because a lot of times when people are like, I need to find my clients online, but it's like, okay, but who? Who is your client? And then people are like, well, people. And I'm like, no, that's not an ideal client. Okay, people is not an ideal client. You need to nail it or niche down people, then it goes to women, then women in business, then it's moms who left corporate America to start their own business. Okay, that is your ideal client. That's just a brief example. That's how much you have to niche down. Okay, so the second step is that you need to find out what their interests are and where they linger on Instagram. So what this means is, let's just stick with the moms and women in business example. You need to understand what types of content they're pushing out and what hashtags they're using on their profiles, because that's how you're gonna be able to see where they linger, okay? In the hashtag search. So let's just say women in business, female entrepreneur. You know, it could be work from anywhere, work from home, moms in business, like mom CEO, mom boss, right? These are all the types of, and I'm just thinking of this off the top of my head. So just imagine if you took the time to sit down and actually do this research on Instagram and see what, like the possibilities that are out there, okay? Because remember, Instagram's not about us. It's not about, you know, the Baby Yoda memes that we like, or like, you know, the whatever memes that are all blasted all over Instagram that we love sharing with our best friends. It's about how we can make content and then go out there and make sure that our ideal clients know that we exist. From the valuable content they can learn from and then hopefully become our clients in the future. So find out where they linger. I just gave you like 10 hashtag examples if moms in business are your ideal clients. Now, what you're going to do next is you're going to follow all of those hashtags, okay? Because if they're using them, guess what? That's how you are going to interact with those hashtags. So that's step 3. After you make a list, I want to say between 10 to 30 hashtags, okay? And like that's black, it's like black, not black or white, it's gray. It's gray. You know, maybe it's 9, maybe it's 40, do whatever you want. Whatever makes the most sense, just make sure they're relevant to your ideal clients and the types of hashtags that you're using. And a little trick that I just thought of that you can use is that when you think of one hashtag, let's just say like mom boss or mom CEO, you can type that into Instagram and Instagram's going to give you a guided keyword research. So what you can do with that information is you can keep clicking on similar hashtags that are related to that hashtag, which is awesome. So you really only have to think of one that they use, and then Instagram is going to tell you all of the rest. So what you're going to do next is you're going to follow all of those hashtags, okay? Now, it's not over yet. This is like halfway, okay? This is the part where I know 90% of you watching this video, if you even made it to this far in this video, are going to not do, and therefore it's not going to work for you. And that is going into the hashtags that you followed and engaging with accounts for at least 15 to 30 minutes a day. Now, what do I mean by engaging? I mean, not just liking the picture, because likes get flooded in people's likes aren't really anything on Instagram. What people like in 2020, especially on social media, is comments. Because, and I'm not talking about the comments where it's like, you know, you leave 80,000 hearts, or you do 100 hundreds in a row, or you do like all the thumbs ups, right? Because that doesn't show any thoughtfulness whatsoever. What you're gonna do is you're gonna leave a thoughtful, valuable comment on your ideal clients' profiles, okay? You can also do this in the DM, but I'm highly hesitant on recommending that because I don't want you guys to, one, follow, unfollow people. I do not want you to do that. This is like the the emoji like this. Do not do follow, unfollow method, and do not do copy and paste cold messaging, okay? Because the second you do that is the second you sound like a robot. Even if you personalize it a little bit and change the name, you're still sounding like a robot. And like I had said earlier, so that was the third step, is going in and engaging for at least 15 to 30 minutes a day on your ideal clients' profiles, because that's how they know that you exist. Because just following them, which you don't have to when you do this, by the way, when you engage with somebody on social media, you do not have to follow them, okay? And that's why I said I don't want you guys doing the follow unfollow method, because what that leads to is it leads to you following 3,000 accounts, and then you kind of like see this person and you're like, well, this person didn't buy from me, I'm unfollowing them immediately, and then they actually are going to get more mad about that. So you do not have to follow people in this process. Just know that when you do this, what I want you guys to focus on is I want you to thoughtfully engage in the comments on people's posts. Now you're like, Kylie, well, how many comments should I do in a day? Okay. Don't worry about the number, worry about the relevancy. Okay. You could be doing this for 15 minutes and only comment on one person's post. Okay. Because I would rather you leave a thoughtful comment than I would you just being like a social media checklist. Like, okay, was on for 15 minutes, check. I left 100 comments, check. Like, these people are people behind the screens, right? Like, here I am doing a live stream. Like, I'm a person too. So make sure you treat people like you would in person. So now this is the fun part, because when you start doing step 3, which is probably the step that a lot of people skip, which is why they don't see engagement on Instagram, is when you engage with other people's accounts and they like what you have to say because you brought value to their channel. You commented on their post. You added to their post with value. You said something nice. You congratulated them. You guys get my drift, right? What do you think they are going to do next? They're going to your profile, which is why in step 1, I know it was like really like long, but I told you guys how to create that I help statement, because when they see your comment, they're going to click on your profile. They're going to, click on Kylie at Kylie Francis, goes over to my profile. The first line in my bio is my I help statement. Okay. So they are going to see who I help and what I do. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean they're going to follow me or whatever. This doesn't necessarily mean they're going to click on my website. This doesn't necessarily mean they're going to like all of my pictures, comment on all of my pictures, buy all of my products, etc. But guess what happened? You had an ideal client come to your profile and they know that you exist. That is like bare minimum. Like that's like the least that can happen. Okay. But notice what I just said. That is your potential that could happen. Okay. That is what you're not currently getting because you haven't done steps 1 through 3 that I just led you through this live stream. Okay. That's why it's so super important you follow step 1, 2, 3, and then 4, because when they come over and click on your profile and you there's a lot of variables that go into it, but if they come over to your profile, at least they know you exist, and then they can start learning from you. If they follow you, they can like take you through the 4, or you can take them through the 4 types of content. And then that's the best part of how to find your ideal client on Instagram, is you're not necessarily going out and finding them. They are finding you, because if they follow you, they're a potential ideal client. If you interacted on their profile and they don't follow you, they're not. So this is why what I just led you through is so much better than cold messaging and unfollowing people on Instagram, is because what a lot of people do is they'll go out there and they'll cold message like 100 people, right? And then you're badgering these people in the messages. You're like, follow me, check out my product, join my Facebook group, like follow me here, follow me there. Oh, look at this product. Oh, we're having a special, like all of these things. And the majority of the time you're left on seen. Okay, who hates the seen button? Because I know that can be a slap in the face, right? So you're making it so much harder on yourself, and you're also wasting so much time by doing that because people know these tricks now. These are like 2012 marketing gimmicks that I never used, but I know that a lot of people are still being taught them to this day, okay? So just always think about in the back of my mind is like, how can I be more intentional with how people find me on Instagram? And it really starts with us. If we want engagement, we need to start the engagement process. We need to know who we want to serve, where they're lingering, go out there and follow them and engage in their content. So when they come to our profile, they see the I help statement and they are led to our content. So that's really all that I have to say for today. If you guys love this video, let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. I would be so thankful and appreciative of that. And also click subscribe for more if you guys love this video on YouTube. So like I always say, if you guys ever have questions, if you want to add something, maybe I missed something, let us know. I'm not saying what I'm saying is perfect. This is just all coming from my experience. So if you guys ever have any questions in regards to social media marketing for your online business, always let me know in the comments because your question could quite literally and anonymously be the topic of my next live stream. So I hope you guys have an amazing Wednesday and I will see you guys on the next live stream. Bye guys.